McHugh, and I'll be doing an IB tutorial on how to stretch your hands. This is a sequel to my previous stretching video, how to stretch your legs. So why is it so important to stretch your hands? Well, as a student, an IB student, you use your hands a lot for writing text and especially being on the computer. You use it to move the mouse and to type, and it's very important that you know how to stretch your fingers because a lot of harm can come from keeping them in these particular positions. For example, when you're on the keyboard, you tend to move your fingers. Depending on your keyboard, you might move them a lot or move them little, but you neglect the motion of your hand, and your hands will stay there for hours, you know, as you type, or even on the mouse, your thumb will stay there for a few hours. Your wrists won't move. It's just the motion of your arm and your fingers. Also, with a pencil, it's all your digits don't move. It's mainly the wrist motion. And why is it important? Because severe harm can happen from just keeping them in these inanimate, unmoving positions. For example, very common, well, not so common, but common in terms of hand problems would be carpal tunnel syndrome. Happens to a lot of people who use their mouths very often for long periods of time, is they lose the ability to move it in certain range of direction. A good way to tell if you have carpal tunnel syndrome is trying to touch the furthest end of your hand. If you can't do this, then go see a doctor. So I'll start with the first hand stretches. Now they might seem a bit easy, but they will help you. And if you do them, you don't have to do them extremely regularly. Just occasionally, maybe every hour or so when you're on the computer. Okay. So the first hand stretch would be just pulling back your fingers, pulling back your digits. Okay. It's very simple, but very effective. Including your thumb can move in several directions just because it has a wider range of motion. Inwards, outwards, downwards. Okay. The second one is the same sort, just doing them all together. You put your hands in praying position, you know, and then you push them all back at once. Yeah, as you can see, you know, you're kind of pushing them all back at once. Okay, the third hand exercise, very simple. Squeezing your hands together, and then them out. Okay, from side view, squeezing your hand together, let them out. You do this a couple of times, and that will help stretch out your hands. So, to do one for the wrists, now you place your hand on top of your other hand, and what you want to do is pull it backwards. Yeah, this is stretching this whole area here, and then same for the opposite side. You're pushing down, pulling backwards. Okay. Okay, and I've already mentioned this one before, but for your thumbs, you want to pull down. Yeah. This will help, you know, with the top of your thumb. Also, another stretch you want to do, and this is the final stretch I shall teach you, is put your thumb inside your hands, okay, and you want to push your thumb down. What this will do is it will create tension here as it stretches out. So just remember them. Push down, and these several stretches, along with any other you've encountered, will help you avoid these problems. And hopefully this has been educational. Thank you.